علام الرجال صناع الحياة.
الدكتور حسان حتحوت، أمة في رجل.
علام الرجال صناع الحياة.
تكريم الأوفياء المخلصين بالعطاء.
منار الهداة.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my true privilege to share with you the story of a very special person to me, my lifelong friend, professor, mentor, and father, Dr. Hassan Hathout. My father was born in Egypt on December 23rd, 1924. That was when he started a life which was blessed by unique talent, fostered with stubborn devotion, and crowned with immortal success. He traveled to preach Islam, the faith which he perceived as the beautiful culmination of Judaism and Christianity, and spoke of Muhammad, peace be upon him, the linking jewel for God's chain of prophethood to man. Because of Islam was the poetry he wrote, the academic medical career he chose, and the fine lady he selected as a wife. In 1948, he volunteered to serve as a physician in Palestine and received a thank you letter from the enemy camp for his humane treatment of their injured captives. When driven to Europe by political necessity, Dr. Hassan Hathout earned the topmost qualifications of his field of obstetrics and gynecology, and this was but one aspect of an enormous bank of self-acquired panoramic knowledge. Hassan Hathout is a man of God, a scholar of monotheism. For him, the concept of religion can be summarized in one word, and that is love. He was the keynote speaker at the first Eid celebration at the White House.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The Quran says, Wallahu yad'u ila dar as-salam. God calls for the abode of peace. It is in peace and love, therefore, that we come to the White House, our house, as it is of all Americans. But Islam also teaches that we cannot thank God without thanking people. And it is therefore from the depth of our heart that we say thank you, Mrs. Clinton. It was you who opened the White House to us after having opened your heart. Your attitude Your spirit, attitude, words, and deeds have helped us quite a lot to enter into the American plurality and be acknowledged, accepted, and respected for what we are. But it did not come easy, Mrs. Clinton. It came against resistance. So many bad things were said about us, and the falsities woven around us, because unfortunately in every society there are the elements who nourish and flourish upon tarnishing reputations and distorting images and reveling in character assassination. They are human, but with the mentality of hunting hounds and the psyche of sharks at the slightest imagination of the slightest smell of blood. But here we are, Mrs. Clinton. We are glad to be past the bottleneck, thanks to you and the people like you. And we enjoy the full partnership with our American fellow citizens of all creeds, of all colors, of all backgrounds, fulfilling the Quranic saying, we have created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and made you into nations and the tribes that you get to know one another. What a beautiful prescription for societies afflicted with racial or color or religious divisions. And as we come, we are just emerging from our annual month-long exercise in soul purification and self-control. Again, values that are painfully disappearing in modern times. And we American Muslims are bent on recapturing these values for our country and through it for the whole world. And we aspire at joining other like-minded people, especially our co-religionists of the Jewish and the Christian faith, because to us they are co-religionists. They are the last link of the long chain proceeding from God, because the Quran tells us the same religion he established for you as the one he enjoined upon Noah, and that Quran we reveal to you, and that he enjoined upon Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, that you should steadfastly uphold the faith and break not your unity therein. We extend our hands, we open our hearts, and we will make it. It will come. Or else current civilization that carries in its body the seeds of its own destruction will crumble unless the followers of those three religions unite together. And we will make it with love. Love is from God. Hate is not from God. And I assure you, Mrs. Clinton, that it is in love we came, in love we go, and in love we shall forever be with you. Thank you.
He was the founder of the Interfaith Council of Southern California. He's been an invited speaker in many religious and interfaith locations, locally and nationwide, including the Wilshire Temple, Crystal Cathedral, and United Methodist Church.
We are the fellow believers in the one God. And as followers of the common father Abraham, we are separate links in the one chain. And we are three branches stemming out from the same root.
In addition, he received many awards in interfaith and humanitarian communities, including the Olive Branch Award for his efforts in bringing Christians, Jews, and Muslims together. With science and ethics, he's bicultural, bilingual, as a speaker, thinker, writer, and poet. Throughout his battle with cancer, he wrote, Reading the Muslim Mind, and upon recovery from it, he wrote, Thus shall I stand before God, bihada al-qallah. Some of the numerous works he wrote in medical, ethical, and religious books, culminating with the latest, Audible Silence, Memoirs of a Muslim Elder.
People of the world, unite. You are one family. You share the grandparenthood of Adam and Eve. So behave like a family. Handle one another like a family.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a brief glimpse of Dr. Hassan Hathout.
How can we best honor him? Is it not that we must be among those who struggle to build a climate of healing and compassion and tenderness in the world? That we must have the courage, as he had, to care for one another more deeply? For what is unloving and uncaring is the disease that stalks the world today, infecting the human spirit. We shall honor Hassan by our insistence upon being men and women of healing. Death always seems to be triumphant in the end. It is indeed the most formidable of all powers. It can topple empires and tyrants and heroes. It can take men and women of wisdom and even little children. But this it cannot do. It cannot remove from our consciousness what is dear to us. It cannot prevent those we have loved from living on through us, inspired by our reverence for them, guided by our memory of them. I know that as long as I shall live, I shall carry the memory of him with me always as a loving companion, as a source of enduring inspiration and courage. I know that his family, his loving family, will as well. God has blessed us in bringing him into all of our lives. He will indeed be blessed forever. Thank you very much.
Hassan burned deeply into my mind and soul and being that the primary claim upon my ministry should be the total abolition of nuclear weapons. Hassan has left us with such a great legacy. I will never forget him. He's gone home to God. He's gone to that place of everlasting life to be with those who still long and pray for